Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Earlier, I produced a video called The Trick Played by the Anti-God. And in that post, I described a way that you could acquire the ends that God has laid for humankind to live on earth. You know, you can't say just that you have come up with the reason, because with God, the reasons are unlimited. But they are all led by the same Spirit, the Spirit of God, which is love and truth and all of the other good stuff. And so when I say that I have designed, by understanding what God has shared with me, a path whereby if we the people exercised it, we would be able to live here on earth in these bodies during our time as though we're in heaven. And that is on the video that I previously produced called The Trick Played by the Anti-God. And what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, here, I want us to truly understand that when I was talking about the trick played by the anti-God, I described how you, as I indicated a moment ago, you could experience heaven on earth. That means your needs, your wants, and your desires are all met. You're not suffering for anything. But then the anti-God came along. Oh my God. The anti-God came along. And when the anti-God came along, the anti-God started saying, oh no, we don't have to worry about everybody having a wonderful life. Just think about if you who deserve it got that extra life that they who are experiencing it don't deserve, you get it back. Just think about what your life would be about then. And for some strange reason, that's attitudes like that caught on. And so, as a result, we have the crisis between North Korea, the crisis between South Korea, the crisis between blacks, the crisis between whites, the crisis between Israel and the Palestinians, the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, the crisis between China and Taiwan, the crisis between human beings, all of it. Because now they came up with, I think there was a man by the name of Mayer Rothschild, I believe. A quote was attributed to him that says, give me the control of a nation's money and I care not who make the laws. Might not be exactly like that, but that's the point. Give me control of the money and I care not who makes the laws. We don't care about what's right or wrong. I got control of the money. I got control of everything. Everything. You got all the resources. You've taken the land. You've threw out your mingling. You call it legal, but immoral because you didn't know any better. But you own all the land. And everything that you just couldn't get, you took. And if you haven't taken it, you're working on taking it. And that's everybody. Trying to outdo everybody, to be God over everybody. What is China trying to do right now? Trying to conquer the world. To be what? God. To be what? God. Is there poverty in China? Is there any pain or suffering in China? Well, where is it that does not exist? I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, we must take back the truth. Now, I say we. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about those who know the truth about the truth. I use Donald Trump as an example. And I use Trump because, to me, based upon my teachings, mostly everything that he does is anti-God. It's all about him. He can do what no one else can do. He can do what Jesus Christ can't do. And he got some people out there trying to say, well, we're willing to help you. How many guns do you want us to get? They're willing to take everybody's life just to prove whatever he's trying to prove. But ladies and gentlemen, the truth of it is this. If you're going to die, I'm just going to jump ahead of this, and you are going to die. Whether it's a fire that comes across and burn up your town, or whether it's a flood that comes through and drown everybody, or tsunami or just the hurricane or something and take you out. Or maybe it's a bullet. Maybe it's pneumonia, or cancer, or this or that. Maybe it's a girlfriend or boyfriend, but somehow you're going to die. And so as I have lived as long as I have lived, I look back and I've seen so many people between young and my age die. And I think about it. Sometimes I visit the graveyard. I just walk through the graveyard just thinking to myself about all of the bodies that are laid out here. All of them who have come and gone. And do they ever know why they were here? Or if anybody ever really cared. And if they cared, did they put enough care in it to consider their own lives about why we ourselves are here? And, you know, based upon what we come up with, what we going to do about it? We think about how the system of today works. It works in a way, as I mentioned a moment ago, all of those basic things essential for your survival that was given to you by God now are owned by mankind, manipulated by money. Has nothing to do with morals. Has nothing to do with who's willing to kill you. Who is willing to kill you? And who is willing to get a couple more people to go along with them, to authorize it, to say it's legal, to kill you. First of all, they want to take away your rights, like they're trying to do over in Israel or in the United States or anywhere where they're trying to take away your rights. Then, having done that, they want to be able to manipulate to the degree that they have the authority to kill you. And people don't want to die because they don't know what's up there beyond the sky. And so they start asking for help. They go to their brothers, and the brothers are going through the same kind of pain. It seems like the brothers can't help them. And you find yourself back on your knees praying to God, God, will you come? And the truth of the matter is, in most instances, you have reaped what you have sown. But in the midst of all of that, it takes something unique to get you out of this hell, ladies and gentlemen. There are games played, cons played everywhere. It takes something unique to get you out of this hell. And that's to wake you up, to change your mind, to get a new perspective about life. And I say, for me, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You've got to do that on your own. But for me, I look at every human being on the face of the earth just like me. I want my needs, my wants, and my desires met. I want to be happy. I want to be satisfied. I want my dreams to come true. And I don't want nothing to prevent it. And I want to play a part in what I am about. Right now, I'm a speaker. I talk the truth because it needs to be spoken. But I got to do more than that. And I'm willing and ready to do it. And see, this is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. It's an individual thing. It's not a group thing. It's wonderful if each individual were doing it and all you looked over and you said, wow, that's a group. But it's an individual thing. You're not following a group. You are wait. If you call yourself following somebody, you just dead weight. You got to be for real. And for this thing about God, you can't play with God. They told you once, I don't know if it's true, that there were angels in heaven. And some idea or someone, angel like, let me use Trump again, who wants to be up top running stuff, came through heaven and corrupted. Now I got the strangest feeling that there's something going on that's requiring people who are incorruptible. Is that the right word? Anyway, somebody who would just stand. Because the ultimate thing that I recognize on earth is that you want stuff so you can try to have what I just got through saying I want. Or you want it, but you scared to get it because it works against you. And they have designed it that way and are willing to kill you if you decide that you're going to go at it anyway and you violate the rules that have been set before you. So if you're doing the truthful thing, now, when I say truthful thing, let me give you an example. I have decided, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. But this is what I do know. I love each of you. I really do. Don't ask me why, but I really do. And for you, even your kids that are not born, your little nappy head, snotty nosed kids, I want them to be happy. I don't want them to fight. I don't want them to have to struggle. I don't want them to have to learn lies. I want them to be taught the truth and not be ashamed of being taught the truth because we have changed. We have changed. And in our changing, we want the best for everyone. That's what I do. So knowing that this is the kind of society that doesn't experience that, and for the most part don't even seem like they want that, then to me, the greatest thing that any individual can do is to find themselves in this state where they're willing to give up their lives to say, I love you. I know you mean well, but you're backwards as you can be. And the only thing I can show you now about living is that this life is not worth living. And if you cannot change and be a beautiful people, a wonderful people, a caring people that love God, and the evidence of it is how you love one another, if you can't do that, if you just refuse to do that, because either you just refuse to or you're just ignorant, whatever your excuse is, if you maintain it, I really feel like I'm out of place. I know I'm out of place. And I don't want to wait around in this out of placeness to some cancer, to some TB, or some pneumonia, or something come around, have me bent over sick, hollering and screaming because I'm hurting so bad, dying. Nah, I'd rather just resist morally on the moral grounds that the human race is blind. That, yes, blind. I don't care what you use your Constitution for. Those who created that Constitution were blind. Now, I'm not saying that there were others better than they. I'm just saying that's the way of the world. They couldn't help it. Why were they not going to be blind? All I'm saying to you is this. Each of you are going to have to come into the light and recognize that this is hell. I mean, really know that this is hell, because you see life so much clearer that you can understand that this is hell. And all you want to do is let the folks know that it's hell. And if it's all of that hell, why would you want to be here? Well, you cannot take your own life, but you can stand up for what's right and make the devil prove that you're right. Make the devil take your life. Make the devil kill you to prove that you're right. You know? And all the world could see. They know Dr. King was right. Not perfect, but he was right. Malcolm X, not perfect, but he was right. Now, there are so many others, but I just use those two because they are examples, just like Trump is an example. Not the only one, but I just use him because he's an example. And I want to be an example myself to the human race, that all of you equals one, and one of you equals all of you. And that is the truth. I cannot separate it. And I want to live, and I want you to live, and I can't make you live, and I ain't gonna let you kill me by trying to live in this stuff. Until next time, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye for now.